Good afternoon, everybody. It is me, George, H2F Forecast here, and welcome back to the weather update, guys. Hope you guys are all enjoying your Thursday afternoon. So, as you can tell, we are going to be taking another look at this possibility of huge cold fronts that come in from now on to the first week of September. And boy, yeah, I don't know about you guys, but in Georgia, we are going to see some 70s in the highs, which is incredibly below average. It looks like we're finally going to have cold air, and it looks like this cold air could stay here for a very long time, which we have been waiting for a long time. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,700 by the end of today. It would be great, guys. When we need 13 more, I think. I've gotten so many new supporters, including some of my friends from school. I want to thank you guys too for subscribing. But also, I've gotten a lot of new support other than them. It's been great, and hopefully we can get to 2,000 actually a lot sooner. We're actually gonna get to 2,000 a lot sooner than I thought. I thought it was gonna be like no earlier than Thanksgiving, but now we could actually get by October. So yeah, if you guys want to know exactly how long this cold front can last, how long till this warmer air becomes just leaves the country, yeah. So yeah, let's stay tuned. So first thing we're going to be looking at here is the National Weather Service here, because it is going to be showing these active alerts for today for those people who want to see exactly what active alerts they have, but they don't really have like their notifications on their weather app or anything. So we actually do have severe. Oops, I do not want to use the yellow because it's going to be very bright. We do have severe thunderstorm warning in effect for parts of North Carolina, Virginia, and all the way to Pennsylvania, and we do have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Oklahoma too. So we have two areas where we can have severe weather. We only have a marginal risk last time I checked, but yeah, we have a lot of action right here for northern North Carolina and southern Virginia. So if you guys are anywhere in this light orange, you do have severe thunderstorm warning. So we can have possibly for some strong storms. I don't think there's not really a huge threat at all for tornadoes, really. Again, it's only a marginal, so really not a big deal. But we do have some special weather statements here for parts of northern Michigan, Montana, not Montana, and Minnesota, and then some more out here. We do actually have severe weather statements out here next to Chicago and the Michigan City area and Indiana. We do have flash flood watches in effect though for Arkansas, Kansas, and for Oklahoma. So we have some possibilities for seeing a lot more rain than the past couple weeks, and we do have these red flag warnings still in effect for much of the West, and we do have some air quality alerts. So if you guys have asthma or just weaker lungs or anything, I don't recommend going outside right now. And then we have more flood warnings in effect for also Tennessee. So that's basically the National Weather Service. Let's take a look now at the radar for the next 10 days for those people who want to see exactly what to expect within the next day all the way to the next 10 days, because I know those people really want to see exactly if they want to cancel plans ahead of time or if they can switch plans to another day. Within the next 6 hours, we are going to have a lot of rain for much of the Ohio Valley and the Ozarks. And that's exactly why we had those flash flood watches right here, because we will be seeing a good amount of rain. And again, also severe weather, but not a huge threat right now. Again, only a marginal, but again, it still will be severe weather. We will have an incredibly heavy amount of rain within the next day or so. The 23rd and the 24th will actually produce a lot of rain for the Carolinas and Tennessee here, and we'll start to see some severe weather start to fire up into the northern plains. Based on this, on the 24th, we should have some severe weather starting to get up a little bit. As we continue on to the week, on the 25th, we actually are going to see potentially the next Atlantic system right here. It does have a 20% chance. It could become a big threat, but again, you guys know I don't post for tropical unless it actually is a very good chance. I really don't want to waste a video day for a 20% chance, but again, it's looking pretty strong and bringing a lot of rain for the Carolinas. That will also somewhat bring in some inland rain out here for much of the southeast, but just very light rain. And then on the 25th, we'll also have some strong rain showers for the North Dakota area. This will move off the coast, this system here. It'll go like right here. They'll up the coast and then move to the New England area and then to Canada. But it actually will be bringing incredibly heavy rain for the southeast and for the Midwest. We're going to have a lot of rain inland no matter what the system does form. And then it goes away. But we actually have a huge system, not on this tropical system, but just otherwise. We're going to have incredibly heavy amount of rain for the East Coast. It's going to be incredibly dry for the Southwest. Start to see some more rain showers into the southwest, including Texas and Arizona, but again, not a lot of rain, maybe about an inch in the next 10 days. And then we'll start to see some severe weather within the 31st. And boy, look at this. We look like we have incredibly severe weather to talk about on the 1st of September. That looks like a huge threat right here. That could be possibly an enhanced or a moderate risk based on usually when the enhanced risk looks when the slight chance looks like way less than this, then this looks like at least a moderate chance for severe weather and for parts of New Mexico through Kansas, so that can be a threat. So now we looked at that. Let's look at the next 6 to 10 days outlook here. And boy, oh boy, do we finally see these colors of blue. We're going to be seeing the dark blue finally. It's been forever. Boy, we're finally going to be seeing a sign of the cold blast. Again, this is the topic of the video. We'll be seeing this ridge cutting down like this right here. That's going to be the ridge cutting down. I don't know if black or yellow would be the best color. Let's try black. It would be the ridge pushing down and then moving up like this. So it'll be continuing to bring in this cold air, but it's going to stay over here as the warmer air will stay off the east into the west coast. So that's exactly why. But boy, we're finally going to be seeing some cold temperatures again. The cold temperatures will be coming through parts of all the way to Louisiana, southern Louisiana, into Ohio, northwest Georgia. That's what we've seen those slightly below average temperatures. But right here is where we'll be starting to see these very cold temperatures right here. If you're in the circle, you'll definitely be seeing about 3 to 5 degrees below average no matter what. And right here, we'll start to see even more colder conditions here. A bit chillier. We're actually reaching this layer right here. We're reaching this layer right here. It's going to bring in incredibly cold temperatures, boy. Possibly 6 to 8 degrees below average. And then if you're right here in the circle, you'll be seeing the coldest conditions for the next 6 to 10 days. You're going to be seeing possibly 10 to 12 degrees below average right here. So it's going to be very, very cold, and we're finally seeing this cold front again. Signs of potentially a cold end of August like we thought. It was a very warm beginning of August and end of or mid-August, but now it looks like we can finally have this cold August we all wanted. But it's not going to be cold for all of us. We're going to be seeing some very warm conditions for the northeast area and for parts of southern Florida, and we're going to be seeing the warmest conditions right here off the west coast. We're going to even see the same conditions but above average, so we can see 10 to 12 degrees above average or even more for many areas right here in California. If you're in this circle, you actually will really not want to go outside at all this next couple of days because it's going to be really hot. Now let's look at the next 8 to 14 day outlook. It's actually looking pretty normal. Really, again, we are seeing that ridge start to weaken a little bit. It doesn't mean we're not going to see as cold temperatures. It's actually going to become a bit more widespread. But we're still going to see that ridge, but it's going to be weakening just a little bit. Again, we can't have a cold front forever, but I'm saying we could have this cold front last a lot longer than the other ones. So we'll be seeing this colder air start to get more into the south and spread more to the west. So we'll have much Montana, Wyoming, and now we have all the way into the southern Gulf and the coast of Mississippi and Louisiana finally reaching some below average temperatures. We'll see the coldest conditions. We're only going to reach this fourth layer, which is about a 60 to 70% chance for below average temperature, and then that's actually going to be about 3 to 4 degrees below average, actually a bit more, maybe a bit colder. But if you're in this, you'll be seeing the coldest conditions right now in the next 8 to 14 day outlook. Again, it's going to change every single day. And then again, this will be the ridge pushing in. It's actually pushing to the east or southeast here. It's going to be bringing in some cooler conditions possibly for the southeast coast finally, and then possibly maybe some cooler conditions for the southern tip of Texas finally here. And then we could potentially see it moving to the east coast too. So we also do have, again, these warmer temperatures for the east coast, all the way from Florida to Maine. We'll be seeing above average temperatures, and same conditions out here for the west. The heat does calm down a little bit. We actually only go to the third layer. We went from this layer to this one, so it's not actually, sorry, the fourth layer, so it's not that bad. And we went from this layer to now this layer, so the heat and the cool starts to cool down a little bit. And then, so yeah, that's basically here the 8 to 14 day outlook. Now we're going to be looking through the 2-meter temperature anomaly very fast. Today, again, we will be seeing some colder conditions out here I really don't know if I should use yellow or not. Let me try. We'll be seeing some colder conditions out here. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the black. For the Minnesota area into Michigan, and we'll be seeing very warm conditions out here for the west. And for the east here, it's going to be very, very warm for the west, though, without a doubt here. Definitely not going to be with the conditions of the east. As we continue through the 24th, this cold blast again will start to continue to move south and south and east. So we'll start to see very cold conditions now. Start to reach Louisiana, start to reach the eastern coast here, start to reach into Oklahoma. It actually will start to bring in some colder conditions for the southwest and southern California. But it will still bring in very warm conditions though for the western part of the United States here. As we continue through this week, it actually will start to get a bit stronger, especially in the 24th and then the 25th. It would actually get incredibly cold for many areas into the Ozarks. It's actually going to start to bring below average temperatures for Virginia and the Carolinas, 8 to 10 degrees below average. And then right here, we'll start to see possibly 16 degrees below average. We finally start to see some below average temperatures in Montana, but again, that won't last too long. And we'll start to see we're still gonna see the warm temperatures in Florida, and we're still gonna see the warm temperatures for the South Central and for the West Coast. So again, we have those three areas that will not get rid of this warmth just quite yet. As we continue on, the 27th, we'll start to see again this more cold air. But as we go more to the end of August, though, we'll start to see these cold fronts get a lot stronger here, a lot more widespread. We're going to see more widespread areas with more than 16 degrees below average. It's going to be pushing these warm air out as this cold air comes right behind it. It's going to be forcing it out here. But again, this ridge is going to go like this. It's going to cut down this ridge. So it's going to provide warmer conditions for the northwest area. So you maybe had cold front, it's gonna get a lot better. It's actually gonna get a lot worse though. The heat's gonna get a lot worse. We're gonna have records to be broken right here into the west coast. But look at this beautiful colors here. This is a beautiful sight to see. Texas and Oklahoma, guys, you finally see about 8 to 12 degrees below average. Finally, Texas finally gonna be below average, and actually for a long time. As we continue on September 1st, it would actually be very cold for my area. September 1st wouldn't be too bad. We're actually going to see 76 for the high on Sunday. It's going to be 76 for my area. The usual is like 88. Again, this cold front will be moving east, and then it's going to bring a lot more cold conditions for much of the United States. It's actually going to be a great sight to see, and I hope it gets a lot stronger. And then we start to see it get a bit smaller here, but continue to bring in very, very cold conditions. And then by the September 7th, it actually looks like it kind of ends, and then we finally have this heat wave finally win back. So again, I don't think we're gonna have this cold front will last for a couple weeks, but again, since it's gonna die out like the other ones. So we're gonna be continuing to look in the European model. Again, we have that current cold front that will bring in cold air for the west and for the Midwest. So there, in Wisconsin and Minnesota, we'll be seeing 7 degrees below average. It will start to move a bit more south, more than the other models. So start to goes into more Ohio and Indiana, and then it looks like we have a couple hours here in the East Coast with below average temperatures. As you see, we slightly see this cold front bring a bit more. And as we just continue, it's just going to get warmer as the East Coast goes. And then again, it's going to get warmer for the West Coast too, because as this cold front comes in, and the stronger the cold front does get, the stronger the heat does get too on the opposite end here. So as we start to see this cold air come in, you start to see this warm air get worse. You see it right here, the worst of it right here, as this cold front comes in really, really hard here. It's going to be bringing in possibly 13 degrees below average. Look at these colors here in Montana. It's just going to be very, very cold again, and it'll start to become very, very widespread. But this heat, it's going to be very dangerous. It's honestly going to be very dangerous. And this cold, oh boy, it's going to be a wonderful time. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and bye guys.